We're good. Okay, everybody. Sorry about that. Once again, this is the WooFDriver coming to you live from the Ghost Town Trail. It's now 12:26 in the AM, that is, and we have Curtis Wimer with us, renowned ghost hunter, paranormal expert, and we're going to be doing some ghost hunting. There's a couple interesting sites along this trail that are going to be fabulous to see, supposedly. If you catch them at the right time, you catch the right orbs, catch the right possible paranormal sightings. So we're looking forward to that. We're getting ready to load the dogs up. 2 of them are loaded right now. Once we get into this, I'll start explaining everything. In case you're new to this, you might be viewing us from somewhere else in the world where you normally don't see the WooFDriver. And we'll get into all the details. And I'd like you to please be part of this. Comment, questions, anything you want to know about what I do or any of the other hosts along this channel. It's very interesting, and I'm the man. I'm behind it all, so I'd love to share it with you and fill you in on what we do. So here we go. As to get the party started a little more, we're going to get out the princess, and Princess is the eldest of the wolf pack. Stay good, girl. So we're using a ramp here. Sometimes we use steps. And she rides behind Zorro, or mushes behind Zorro. And Rhett, we've got water on board and bowls. You got bowls, right? Just doing a check with the team here. We got our whole team here. And in case you missed it, folks, which I'm sure you did because we weren't quite broadcasting, this is our second ghost hunt we've been on. Easy, Jack. Easy, good boy. This is our second ghost hunt we've been on. And we've actually got pulled over by the police once again. So it's only probably the second time we've been pulled over. Hey, we got drinks on for me? Can you? Whoop, I can't shut that. Okay. I'll get it. Yep. Okay, folks, so we're climbing aboard here. And this is going to take me a second, so I apologize. Some pretty sophisticated equipment to be able to bring this to you in the manner we are. So it takes us sometimes a little bit to get situated. By the way, if somebody could, let my co-pilot Curtis and our ghost coordinator here let us know if you actually are hearing me. You should be, but once in a while we do get technical difficulties where our voice doesn't always come through. Once we usually make a connection, it comes through just fine. By the way, I'll introduce the dogs. My hand on the right one is Chase, and he is the white dog on my right, one of the lead dogs. Zorro is the more traditional-looking husky. He's actually got some Malamute in him. The only one that's got a mask, because all the others are white, and he's on my left, another lead dog. Behind Chase is Jag, and Jag is the smallest of the pack, and he is what they call a wheel dog. He goes behind. And Princess is the other side behind Zorro. She's another wheel dog. And she's the eldest of the pack at 12 and a half years old. We ready, guys? Okay. Are you ready? Okay, you're going to be guiding me. Here we go. Okay, so... Oh, wait, I don't have walkie-talkies. Oh. Did we get the walkie-talkies? Okay, so as you can see, folks, sometimes... So let me get back to give you a little history of at least tonight. So what happens, we come out in the dark at night because I try to get my dogs exercise all year long. That's a little unconventional because a lot of times people are concerned, rightfully so, about the heat and dogs because that's their biggest deficiency or inability is to cool down. So they spend a lot of their energy breathing hard and panting, which prevents them from being able to engage their true energy and engage hard on physical activity in the warmer months. We I believe in getting them exercise. They need a job, all dogs do. And because they're huskies and they have an insatiable appetite for exercise, they really still need to run in the summer, but of course you got to do it smartly. I've done a myriad of different things. We use a misting system sometimes depending on the conditions. It actually mists their fur down. It mists it real fine so it almost becomes like a sweat where it'll evaporate off of them, and act like a human sweats, because dogs don't sweat. And it helps them cope with some of the heat, so we can get some wintertime, summertime activities in. Thank you, Chris. You check it? You lock screen? Yep. Okay, so what happened was we forgot the walkie-talkies. Walkie-talkies are crucial on these kinds of runs, just for me to communicate with the support vehicle and our support team on the trail. Chase likes to chew his arms. Can you hear me? Okay, here we go. Come on.
Go to the right.
Okay, so we're back. We're getting right back to it. You might see a flash occasionally. We do have Doug, who's our professional photographer, on board, because we hope to catch some epic sights this evening, and you'll be right with us as long as we have cell signal. Little tight here. Okay, so what'll happen is, whoops, back up. We're going to take one dog off. Yeah, this will be pretty cool. We've done this many times before. It's wide enough for one dog, and there's so much flex in their spring. Are you coming, Rhett? Okay. Yep. That he can just hook them right back up.
Trail access 16
miles. Come on, Tara. Come on, Tara. Watch your back, dogs. Cool. Who you want to take? Princess or? Really? It's that tight? Okay. Okay, so what do you want me to do? Watch her.
Let her go on the other side.
Princess. This is the one. Hey, Doug, give him a hand for a sec. Could you grab this dog? Yeah. And just hold him there. He's already off the leash. Okay, and then we can go through. As you can see, folks, it's a little hard making it through these gates. You giving them a view, Curtis?
Hit me with a glimpse when you can.
Tell me when I'm good, Rhett. Whoop. Okay, so the bike is barely, it's just wide enough. Most of these trails, the rule of thumb is, am I good to go? Hike. Okay. Ho. The rule of thumb for these trails is 36 inches. Cool. Just move down so that they can make it through. And that is the minimum width that any gate should be. And this bike is right at 36 inches. So, I mean, usually they give you a little tolerance, 36 and a half. A lot of trails are not even close. They're like 42, 43, and plus. But with the dogs, we're wider than 36. So the dogs can get amazingly narrow inside of the bike, but not narrow enough to get two. But you saw we got one through. Good. Hike. Okay, and we're going to start it off right now, folks. So we are on the Ghost Town Trail, and our journey has begun. In case you're just tuning in, I'm the WooFDriver. We are in search of any kind of paranormal activity. It is called the Ghost Town Trail because it goes through a lot of deserted areas, ghost towns, as they describe. I'm going over a bridge now. Might change what I'm talking about real quickly depending on the sites and the predicaments we come upon. We're moving at a good pace now. Probably, I'm going to say, oh, what's going on? Doing it. Okay. We get as we start out, we get a lot of bathroom breaks. She good? There she goes. She kicked it. Come on, guys. So we get a lot of bathroom breaks in, and I've mentioned this a million times, but if you're new to the WooFDriver audience, dogs tend to go to the bathroom when they get into situations where they feel like they might encounter possible prey, or they might have to defend any particular situation because they don't want to be caught in a scene where they could be in a fight, essentially, and have to go to the bathroom. So this is just instinctual to them. We're not getting into any situations like that here, but it's part of their instinct, and it's very healthy for them, of course. Plus the exercise, the movement stimulates them like a human to go to the bathroom. So we're on the Ghost Town Trail. We've got Curtis with us. We're going to explore any bench. Yep. Great. So glad you're back with us, folks. The dogs are absolutely flying. I mean, we are talking probably today in Baltimore, it was about 85, maybe 90 some degrees, low 90s. Right here, right now, it's in the 60s, and it's a lot cooler. The air's not as heavy. We're right next to the river on our left side, but I'm not sure what river that is. In any case, we are on a ghost hunt, and we're looking through the forest here. This is known to have some pretty interesting parts of the trail. We're going to make it to some furnaces, and it's supposedly at the furnace somebody hung themselves, unfortunately, back, I believe, in the 1800s, and I'll get you the history. And they say if you catch it at the right time, you can get some very interesting orbs and maybe even a shot or pick a view of the person that hung themselves, their energy, their being. And additionally, there was a woman known to walk part of this trail around that furnace area, and she is often seen. There's often sites, paranormal sites of her, orbs, if you will. And we have spirit boxes with us. We have voice and visual detection equipment, as well as Curtis is well versed in that area, so he knows what to ask and what to look for. We hope to bring it to you live, so stay tuned. I mean, this broadcast could go on through the night. So as I tell my wife, keep the Facebook tuned on, and when we lose connection, we'll usually be coming back. It's usually nothing you have to restart. If we really get a bad connection, we will start a new broadcast just as soon as we can. And every hour and a half or so, Facebook wants us to restart the broadcast anyway. So just stay tuned. This is pretty amazing. I get overjoyed when I have the dogs this happy. They're just absolutely like they've been given a new lease on life with this cooler temperature. It's marvelous. It really is, and it feels so wonderful to us as well. And we've got a nice breeze kicking up because they're moving at about 8.5 to 9 miles per hour. And what I've got to do is balance the speed out, because no matter what dogs it is, we do have an elder dog on board, but she's in very good shape, and she's done this many a time. She's grown up doing this, essentially. But you're always going to have one of the dogs is going to be slower, and you don't want to go faster than your slowest dog. So I'm always pacing it. A lot of people say, isn't that too much work for the dogs to pull? They're not technically pulling, because these trails are, for the most part, level. We do have an electric motor on board that assists us. But remember, we're on a wheeled vehicle. So once it starts moving, gravity seems to take it away unless we're going uphill. So once they get it going, they're in pretty good shape. Most of the time, I'm on the brake. And that's what I'm riding. And that's the quickest thing that goes bad for me, are the brakes. So you're actually watching, I failed to mention, folks, on night vision, sophisticated night vision equipment. This night vision equipment is military spec. This is, for those of you out there that are technologically savvy, this is a Generation 3 scope you're looking through, which is one of the highest end that consumers like ourselves, we're pros, but outside of military, can purchase. There is no Generation 4. There's enhancements to Generation 3, and you're looking at about one of the most sophisticated out there. So it's pretty cool, and I pride myself for the technology that I've gotten to learn and gotten savvy with, and a lot of it is because of the dogs, because I look to do so many activities. I look to incorporate them in any way I can in my life, and I take on adventures that they like and learn to enjoy them, just to be with them and watch the happiness and joy on their faces and in their postures. So it's pretty interesting. Now they slowed down a little, and actually in this little area, we get really sensitive to this. I can feel the temperature got a little warmer. So you'll go through peaks and valleys on these trails, and when you're closer to the water, of course, you usually be cooler. When you're a little bit away from it, you might have pockets of air that are holding a lot of humidity, or that are a little more stagnant. So the warmth of them will create a temperature difference, and or a thickness in the air, and you can actually feel it. So This is probably one of the. I say this a lot, folks. I love being with the dogs. In case you couldn't tell, this is probably about one of the coolest things we do because it's really awesome to be out in the stillness of the night in the thick forest where lots of wildlife reside, and they make appearances at night, especially, of course, the nocturnal creatures. And when we get a chance to interact with owls, we've raccoons, possums, and see them in their element, porcupines. Of course, we're very careful how we do this, and the dogs, again, are tethered to the bike, so they're not going to get a hold of them. But when we get these chances to do that, it's truly epic. And the team with me, my team is always very loving these adventures as well. They realize the special situations and the opportunity that this is to be with such a wonderful group of dogs, and just doing something so healthy for the dogs and for ourselves getting out here. So if you're usually it's getting pretty late, so if you're on the East Coast of the United States, a lot of people might be in bed at this hour. Keep your Facebook on, and I'll pop on, and I'll keep you alerted in this kind of calm voice of what we see. Now we're passing mile marker. Whoa. Is that mile marker 11? Yeah. Cool. So we just crossed mile marker 11. Yeah, let's do a quick water. It'll give people a view. Curtis, can you lean forward?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get up real quick. So, and I'll take this for a sec just so I can show this. Thank you. So, what happens now is we've gone about 1.5 miles, and usually the first 1.5 miles or so, we'll do a water first couple miles. Did you try focusing this at all, Curtis? Or?
I was having trouble getting
Okay, cool. You can see Rhett. We're going to give him some water. I'll give some shout-outs right now. I can't hear. Hopefully there's been a lot of hunts. Not sure what these people are doing. That's cool. You're blurry. Sorry about that, Kathleen. We're trying. Hopefully you can see. You're fine. Mary says, thank you, Mary Alicia. Hey, what happened? Okay, so let me, 25 comments and counting. Okay, let me keep going here. What we're doing, folks, we're on the Ghost Town Trail, which is in Pennsylvania, towards Pittsburgh right now. And we're on a ghost hunt. We have a ghost hunting paranormal expert with us with all his equipment. Some of the equipment we have, we're using special IR cameras and full spectrum cameras and night vision scopes, such as you're looking through now, to bring you a live view so you can ride along with us. On this Ghost Town Trail, it goes through some deserted towns that are ghost towns, essentially. And actually, I hear the river. Is that the river? I don't think it's the Youghiogheny. We'll have to look up what river it is. But it actually goes through some of these ghost towns. And we hope to be able to give you some views from there and explore a little in there. But the big hunt of the evening is a furnace where supposedly, I guess back in the 1800s, somebody had hung themselves in, and they're saying that his spirit is lurking all over there. And there's a story about a woman who was along the trail as well, and she, her existence or her spirit can be caught walking through the trail. So we hope to bring some of this to you. If you were on our last ghost hunt about 2 weeks ago, it was truly epic. We got some really incredible stuff going on. That video is posted on the alldognetwork.com for you to always go back and see. And in the future, we'll be breaking up some of these videos and be able to give you some of the highlights. But it's really cool to watch them live. So if you're watching live right now, please stay tuned. I'll give a shout out to you if I see anybody come across there. Hopefully, Robert, you can hear us now. We're about 20 minutes into this. We hope we have cell phone boosters on here. We hope to have signal all the way along the trail. We can't always guarantee it, but we do our best. Remember, we're not affiliated with any big network. You're just looking at a bunch of guys out here to have a good time and get the dogs some exercise and bring it to you through Facebook as we do. Also, I invite you to tune in as I'll post the pictures to Flickr, and you'll see another view of that, and actually a clearer view than what you're looking at now, because you'll see a little more definition there. I'm going to give this back to Curtis. Is this rig better, Curtis? Do you like?
Yeah, it's working a lot better.
Cool. And you can turn to focus in. I'm going to see if I can answer any questions. Sometimes, whoa. Sometimes, whoa, ho. You're. Yep, that's okay. Let me see if I can. Sometimes I can answer questions, folks. It's with Facebook. Sometimes the questions won't show up on the actual phone that we're broadcasting from. So I have another phone here that I'm going to try to get to answer any questions if I see any new ones that have come up in the feed. Pretty cool stuff here. Okay, so looks like we got a lot of comments. Like to see that. I got to lower I know we can hear us because I can hear myself. Okay, here we go. Okay, now Francis says waste. I don't know what Francis means by that. Maybe Francis is wasted. I don't know. Maybe drinking too much, but whatever the case may be, you got to let me know. Kathleen, sorry it's blurry. Yeah, we're using, again, the night vision equipment, and sometimes, because the way you can only broadcast on Facebook through an iPhone, and this is actually a very creative way of doing it because we have it pinned right next to the night vision scope. So we're doing our best to keep it focused, but hopefully it'll stay that way. When these dogs pick up speed, I mean, they were just rolling at, like I said, 8.5 miles per hour. We're bouncing up a little bit, and the camera's moving. So it's not an exact science, and that's part of the coolness of this. This is true reality TV. If you want to engage, if we look at it that way. Thanks so much for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Okay, Kathleen says our camera guy's not doing a good job. Okay, Curtis. Well, we can't fire him because we don't have no one else that can fill his shoes right now. Francis said scared. Okay, Francis, we're gonna be here. Yeah, sometimes. No, I'm looking pretty good. I'm looking at it. It's decent. Okay. I thought it was a dog page. Carly said I thought this was a dog page. Carly, I love it. My whole life, everything I do involves the dogs. Almost everything I do involves the dogs in some way. So when I get on the motorcycle, the dogs ride with me. So almost every activity I do, I try to involve my dogs. That's how much I love them and want them to be a part of it. So everything here is about the dogs. And thank you for bringing that up. It's totally dog-centric, and I love explaining how about it is. Alicia. I can't quite understand your comment. Never mind. Okay, cool. Okay, gotcha. Thank you so much, Mary, and thanks, Kathleen, for the input. Can see and hear you great. Thanks so much, Ann. I know, but it wasn't like that before, Kathleen said. Yeah, I know. It changes. Stop messing with the camera. We are doing our best. Okay, once we get going, the camera should stay a little more stationary, we hope. Okay, so I'm going to pop in and out. Yeah, you know what? We have that problem on it. It does do that, and I apologize for that. I apologize ahead, but just a limitation of the technology. So I hope it doesn't drive you too crazy. I know sometimes you're watching something, and that becomes problematic. You guys ready? Okay, here we go. Come on, guys. Hike. So we just did our first water. Did they drink a lot, Rhett?
Not too much.
Okay, so our first water, we actually did that a little early because they've been booking at a good pace. But Rhett has just informed me. Rhett is another dog handler for me and knows what to do. I've taught him everything, and he'll get in here and water the dogs a lot while I'm trying to navigate the Facebook feed and keep everybody informed of what's going on. So he just told me they didn't drink that much. Thought they would drink a little more because we're booking, folks. Right now we're at 7.5 miles per hour, and Chase has got his nose down to the ground, so they're picking up on a scent, and apparently there's a lot of scents throughout this trail, and that's why one of the reasons the speed is happening like it is. So again, I apologize if you're getting blurry views, but I hope you can enjoy this because this is truly an epic. And as soon as, this whole forest, as far as we know, could be haunted. So as soon as we get to an area anywhere that is somewhat suspicious or enchanted, from recommendations from our ghost hunter who's doing the filming to us spotting something, we will get out and explore with the equipment and let you know. And also, if the dogs, sometimes, they've got a sixth sense. And if they get a feeling, we might go on that. But it's good now that we're moving because they've really got the energy right now, and I want to let them sow their wild oats. That's what this is about. Is that something ahead of me, Curtis? Do you see? Or is that just... Whoop. No, it's a sign. At first I saw what I didn't know what it was, but what does that say? Dismount? Probably dismount. Yeah, you get to... As we get further back in the forest, folks, we won't have as many of these road crossings. I know, like Kathleen, you saw us do it last time. You asked me, how come you didn't know all those bollards would be there? A lot of these... eyes? Are those lights or eyes? Reflectors? Okay. Cool. I can go through here. Now, I can go right around here. Whoops. I think, a little tight. What are you thinking? Do you think I can go under that gate? Okay. Let's try to go this way. He can climb on that rock. Just watch me, Rhett. You coming? Yeah. Okay, so some of these are a little tricky. Each one's different. And Rhett's going to get the view in case we have to unhook some of the hooks. I think we're good. Get in front of me and take a look at it. And you're filming this, Curtis? You're giving them the view? Okay. Good boy. Yeah, no. Why is this wheel off the ground? Okay. Watch the back dogs. Because that's wider. You want to take her off? Okay, you want to? You can see, folks, every gate is a little different and how we do this. How's Shag? How's Jag look? Ready? Oh, you got to push me, Rhett.
I got you.
You got me? Back on. Okay, folks. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, folks. As you can see, some tight maneuvering here, and the dogs are so cooperative. This one looks a little narrower. I wish we could have gotten the police to unlock them for us. Actually... You want to take Zaro off? Okay, so you can see it's just a lot of tricks of the trade that were, okay? Come on, JC, good boy. Cool. Good boys. Cool. Keep going?
Yeah.
There's Jay.
Come on, Jay. Come on, pretty.
What Princess does is we get her hooked on the right side, and then she goes backwards and rethreads herself. How's Jag? Good. Okay, cool. We on still, Curtis?
Yep.
Cool. So you can see there's a lot of maneuvering. It's not our first rodeo. It's how we get through some of these gates. They're somewhat challenging, for lack of a better description. And at any point, if we ever had to, you might see me in my big orange vest. I wear that because I can hook all the dogs to it easily, and it's got a people harness built into it, I like to say. We designed it with leg wraps so the dogs could never overpower me, and they can't break away from it. And it's a short tether. It enables us to, on the drop of a dime, put them all on it and handle any situation that might present itself to us. So we're back on the trail. We're moving at a good clip again, folks. Dogs are feeling really good. The surface of this trail is dirt, from what I can tell right now. So it's very comfortable to the dogs. It's cool now, as I said, and they're feeling really good. And you can see that by the way we're moving. If you got any questions, if I don't get to them now because of the way the broadcast situation is, I will definitely get to them when we stop or at some time in the near future. I'll address them either through responding by typing in the comment area or addressing it possibly in a one-on-one broadcast. I like to do sometimes personal sit-downs and explain things to everybody when I'm not doing 12 things at one time, navigating the boat, the ship here I call it, the bike with the dogs on it, paying attention to them and worried about the people behind me and the broadcast and everything else. So occasionally I'll do a Facebook Live, a WooFDriver chat, where I'll come to you and explain some of the questions and the happenings. And that reminds me, off topic here a little bit, but Monday we've got a new show starting. I don't know if you've been on the WooFDriver channel lately, but had a lot of live broadcasts from dog professionals, dog experts, dog lovers, from animal communicators. Barbara Kurtman does the Animal Secrets show, to two awesome trainers, Dean Miller and Joseph Falcone. And Monday starts Susie, and Susie will be doing dog yoga. She's been doing it for years. It's called Dogga, and she's developed it. It's really interesting. Great way for you to further bond with your dog and to do some calming exercises, and for yourself as well. Really cool. I invite you to tune in 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Monday on the WooFDriver page. Monday night, Joseph will be heading to a dog park. He's in Las Vegas, and he'll be going over training tips and interacting with dogs and people there. Should be really interesting. That'll be the first time we ever had a broadcast like that. Tomorrow, we've got Britt on the WooFDriver News. She's always a hoot. And I don't know if you caught it. I think it was last week or the week before she had her chickens on the show. Britt's a big animal lover. And I bet you're right, dude. I will mention that. Yeah. And that's what's keeping us cool, maybe, is that mist in the air. I don't know.
Yeah, you can definitely see it on the screen.
Can you? Are we live?
We're live.
Oh, cool. So, folks, Curtis wanted me to mention to you, this is just add to the eeriness, and this is part of the reason you're probably seeing a little blurry, is because there's a mist out here. So we're at a pretty narrow stretch. The trees are surrounding us all over, and then if you can imagine. Cool. So again, I apologize, folks. You can only imagine. We're on the Ghost Town Trail. I mean, we're getting pretty deep back in the forest here, and actually, see we're shooting some lights to see what we can spot. Looks like a swampy area next to our left. Luckily, we don't have to worry about alligators around here because we're far north, so they don't habitate here. But just always on the lookout for anything that might be lurking, because we're in the quiet of the woods, as I said. Beautiful night, folks. This is what we live for. I mean, perfect conditions, great summer night ride for the dogs, and because I have a connection, I'm so thrilled that I can share it with you, even though I know it's a little bit far from perfect. It's still enough to hopefully get the sense of what we're doing. And we just ran about 2.5 miles at about averaged about 7.5, 8 miles per hour. So now the dogs, they pace themselves. They're going kind of slow now, which is all good. We're at about a 3-mile walking pace, 3 miles per hour. And some really tall trees around us. Really a cool situation, cool scenery. And I know I mentioned it. We're using IR lights and night vision equipment to bring the broadcast to you. But we also have some really bright lights with the advancement in technology. They've got these really bright bike lights, which are LED, and because they're LED, they're lower power consuming. So the batteries they're not these huge battery packs. They're all built into one. And also we've got some pretty nice headlamps on us as well, so we can search through the woods as we go along to see if we get any reflectivity from eyes from animals out there. Not so much paranormal, but usually now I see a light over there. I just That looks like more like a street light or something. But again, we're not exactly sure of the lay of the land and exactly of all our surroundings. So there could be some close by streets or cabins even, as well as abandoned structures. Now here's some river, some water over there. And I know we're paralleling the river on a lot of parts of this trail. Getting some hints of honeysuckles or florally type scents, which is awesome. Just let you know that you're in the summer. And back on, cool. So as I was mentioning, we're getting some florally type scents, and I try to make myself like the dog, real cognizant of my surroundings through the senses that I have. Of course, we don't have the range like a dog does in their nose, and their vision is different, and they have more capabilities to see at night. But I try to take it all in like they do and make some determinations of the conditions and what might be around us, and also feed a little bit off of them as they perk up or put their nose to the ground or put their nose in the air of what might be coming by. And I've done so many adventures with them, I usually can tell by their posture and their approach on what might be ahead. We encountered a bear in one of the trails, and I could tell it was something really out of the ordinary because the dogs had never seen a bear. I mean, the way they acted, and boom, right there was a bear. We also, when they get near a snake, I can almost always tell because the four of them, I call them the wolf pack, they get that pack-like mentality and they surround it and they put their paws in and they're hesitant because they're not sure what it's going to do because the snake's a reptile and that's not a natural prey for them or predator, so they act accordingly.
Oh, look at that, look at that.
What is that? What is that? Who? What is that over there? Well, let's go explore it. You want to just walk down there, Rhett, and see? There might be water down there. It's just good to see. Okay, we're back on. Okay, folks, so we just spotted, first Rhett said it was a volcano. It's not a volcano, but we just spotted, it looks like a stockpile of dirt. We're not sure. So I sent the guys down there. They're doing a survey, for lack of a better description, and we're about to get the report. The wind is kicking up a little here. I hope it's not the sign of a storm moving in. That would be no good, but we dealt with so many other things. Who knows? What's down there? It's not a volcano. Not a volcano, folks. So we won't be going through any molten lava. That's the good news. And thank God, because we don't want to get the dogs hot. After the hot day we had. Cool. Back on. Okay, folks. Hey, this cap's coming off a little bit. Your cap. Check this out for me, Doug. Okay, we just did this stop, folks. So,
oh yeah, that's no big deal.
No big deal. I just don't want it to fall off. And everything's a little put together. Cool, perfect. Okay, when you guys tell me when you're ready. So, we just got off and explored the area. Rhett and Doug did, and if they saw anything interesting, Curtis and I would have followed in some way. Okay? Railroad bridge. Cool. Crossing a cool old railroad bridge here, folks. I believe this is a rail. Any idea? What's that say? I guess we should go straight. Sometimes you'll get on these trails and they'll have a fork in them, for lack of a better description, and don't always know which way to go, but I guess that's part of the adventure. So the boys got off and did a little exploration, little survey of where we were at, a little reconnaissance, and didn't find anything too exciting. So we're moving on, and if you have questions or comments, please answer them. I'm going to try to tune in on my phone here just so I can answer. We're at 1:15 in the morning, folks. They said, who said that? Lights around us, so we're probably cool. Hey, Kathleen, thanks for mentioning that we got rain coming, and I guess you're tracking fairly close to where we're at because we had seen a line of storms. From what we saw earlier, it looked like the tail end might catch us a little bit. Hopefully not, but we're prepared for anything. We've, of course, got our support vehicles with us, so we could get shelter somewhere close by with them. We could, take shelter in the truck if it absolutely poured. But we have some rain gear with us, and we've ridden in through some pretty rugged conditions before. A lot of rain. Wow, look up there. And a little cliffside we're on right now, folks. And on the cliffside, whenever I see them, I always look for mountain cats because they perch themselves up there to look for their prey, and then they pop on them. They won't be hopping on us, though. Too many wolf-like animals on board tonight. But hopefully that rainstorm's going to miss us. I feel the wind whipping up a little bit, as I was saying. So it is possible. I love the feeling right before a storm when the breeze kicks in, especially in the summer, because it cools things off so much. Don't actually like the wetness of it, but hopefully we can, as I said, catch the tail end and not have to take any of the wet on. Just get the breeze and the cooling temperatures. So we are, if you're just joining us, folks, you're seeing a pretty cool, epic-like adventure. I am the WooFDriver. Got a team of 4 huskies with me. Do all kinds of adventures from free ranging where they're off leash to a sport called lure coursing. I've husky-sized it, for lack of a better term, made it husky proof, and I call it the Amazing Chase, and I'll go into greater detail about that sometime in the near future. And what we're doing tonight I call fur wheeling. It's our WooFDriver on tour. We do a version of it ghost hunting style. So I know someone had asked me a question before in the feed tonight. What is that? It's weird. Someone had asked me a question about, well, what do dogs have to do with it, with ghost hunting, whatever. Well, dogs actually, I'm sure we're all dog lovers out there. We know that dogs have a sixth. Cool. So as I was saying, folks, really awesome you can be with us. I'm so sorry. A lot of people tell me they